Our second quarter financial results in mid-July, following some recent announcements, have been sending in questions and asking what is actually happening to the company at this stage. So I think the first topic I'd like to touch upon is company performance, keeping in mind that, of course, we are in the third quarter. We haven't finished the third quarter, and we will be announcing third quarter results next month. But within the framework of what has happened so far, perhaps you can comment a little bit on where we are going.
Yes.
I think that's an important starting point.
Well, first of all, welcome to new facility in Lund, and this is going to be a home of Sony Ericsson's new engineering headquarters. And I think actually, I feel this building signifies our new growth for the future of Sony Ericsson's. And I don't know if you're aware or not, but I joined the Sony Ericsson very late part of last year, and of course, my background was much of Sony's consumer side. And I was joining here, and as soon as Sony Ericsson launching a new voyage for the 2008, I did realize we are in the middle of a very severe thunderstorm or storm, whatever it is in outside. But knowing that our position and strengths and experience, we have quickly start working together to reorganize our way of doing a business and way to be competitive, and the way will be more efficient, and so prepare for futures. And it takes about 3-4 months, but I think as of course, as you see that the result for first quarter, the second quarter, we really work hard to sustain the way. But in the meantime, I think many of the effort has been dedicated to plan for the future, organizational issue and efficient issues, and the way we develop our product portfolio, platform issues. We realign our way of communication from the retailers to the operators and to the sales marketing and to the product all the way. And also, I think probably the most important thing I think we did is we put the people all together as a team, and always share where we're heading for, and we're working same way rather than going to different ways. And I think I have getting a feeling that now we are pulling them all together and able to move forward very strongly. Although product development stage, as you know, the product cycle, life cycle, are getting rather short, but yet as a new leadership of Riko Sakaguchi, who is going to be coming up later, we are putting a lot of Sony Ericsson-like innovative product for the future, as well as make it our competitive, gaining a competitive strengths in the price competitions, and also all this quality issue we are addressing across the board. So I think we are making a lot of almost close to revolution within the Sony Ericsson, which gives us another stage for the future growth. And I'm confident that we will do that.
Thank you. I think you touched upon some points with your background at Sony from a consumer electronics point of view. I'd like to ask you, the Sony Ericsson brand is a consumer brand. It's certainly a strong brand in many markets around the world. Lennart later is going to pick up on some items there. But I just would like to ask you, with your experience now as president of Sony Ericsson, in your view, how is the Sony Ericsson brand viewed, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think, let me say this way, Sony brand is a very strong one, and it's globally certainly recognized. And whenever we go from end of Africa to all the way to Iceland, Sony is a very strong, well known. And certainly along the line, Sony Ericsson is no doubt is also a global name. But I think our strengths, Sony Ericsson names, I travel all around and see the market and meet the customers. I think we recognize this brand is very, very much strong in European countries. And I could say this is, despite our global nature, our strength is heavily relying on Western and Central Eastern Europe. That's where our home brand is. So in that sense, we have still way to make the Sony Ericsson brand a global presence. I think we all need to also focus some of the strategic market, for example, in the US, or maybe in China, India. That is our what we have also a part of our new stage of growth planning, and where that we think the Sony Ericsson name has to be strengthened.
Mm-hmm. Picking up a little bit on these markets, I think in terms of geographic priorities, can you comment a little bit about the US, about India, about China? These seem to be markets of great interest at the moment, certainly with media, with analysts. So could you please comment on?
Well, as I said, our home turf or ballpark is very much on strengths in Western, Eastern, and Central Europe, and our market share is rather high in this certain market. And but what was happened for this past year, particularly noticeable for this first quarter, second quarter, is that as advanced market such as like Europe, Japan, and US are allowed.
Yes, and you have your. Do you have your mic? Okay, then please join here.
Which company I admire, we admire. I think. I don't know how you write about this, but Apple is clearly a forerunner. I have big admiration. Admire them in the way they do development, and it may not be the famous Steve Jobs talking about the iTunes and things. We look at them from how consistently they are developing things, and I think all the things work fairly well. Sometimes, like us, or like anybody else, it doesn't work sometimes, but I can see how consistently, step by step, doing the work. Synchronization works well. Today we talk a lot about, I guess some of you might question me the same, kind of questions like touch screen or user interface. But in the end, I think from user experience point of view, doing the basic things right, I think I think that's a good point. And they are a rival in our mindset, forerunner. We admire them, but we want to be better in many, many other parts of the things we do. And and the other thing is the user in mind. I don't think probably they are counting the number of shipments. They do, because they need to announce financially, but in the mindset that they are trying to define their own customers, and we should do that. But in a different way, our customer base is much larger. Apple may not be at every corner of the world. We want to be, and we will be. So I think the admiration and our spirit, sometimes we take things very positively, but we translate it in our context. That's all I can say.
The other one was about the next technology. I think you were wondering what is the next best thing to appear onto a phone in terms of perhaps technology, feature, if I understood your question
correctly. The next great thing being rolled into the cell phone.
I think, and this is maybe a personal view because there can be many different kind of answers. What is big, I don't think it's one single thing like TV, because the whole world already have been so much diverse. Your digital life is full of things. So who can give comfort? Who can give, again, user experience? I don't know any other word of describing it, the great experience. Who is the one? And today the technology is there. You know that. You know that there are all kinds of technology. But very, very few people are giving a great experience. Talking about the service, you still are, you don't have freedom. You are forced to buy. You're forced to be, or you also yourself categorize people. Now, is that enterprise people, or is that a consumer people, or is that the young youth, a youth, professional youth? I mean, it sounds very contradictory, but it's starting to sound like stupid. We can't categorize people and put the technology framework into the way of working. And so I don't have a clear answer. Is that TV? Probably yes. Is that the video thing? YouTube? Probably yes. But all the the blended things into one, easy, comfort, peace of mind. I think that's the great things that has to come.
Thank you.